Okay, so this video is just basically an elaboration of some of the text questions I had for Stargazer in his latest video. They were starting to get a little bit long and convoluted, so I decided let's just make a video here. Okay, basically, it's not obvious to me that market anarchy would be the answer to the prisoner's dilemma. And the reason that this isn't obvious to me is the following, okay? Let's take the prisoner's dilemma from my last video here. This is the same matrix. So the example was stealing, but it could be from anything. It could be from overfishing, it could be from immunization, or whatever. Both me and Stargazer realize that we are in a prisoner's dilemma scenario here, and we want to get out of it, okay? So what do we do, okay? So if I understand the proposal correctly, what market anarchy says is that there is a plethora of enforcement companies out there, all right? Let's just name these enforcement companies arbitrarily after registers in the choir, right? So we have Alto Enforcement Company, we have Tenor Enforcement Company, we have Base Enforcement Company, etc., etc. Um, so basically what we do is these guys bid against each other for the privilege of being our customers, and we hire them to enforce the contract. So suppose Stargazer and I decide to form a contract with Alto Enforcement Corp to enforce this contract between us. Say the contract costs 2 cents in order to draw up and in order to enforce to Alto Enforcement Company. So after we draw it up, we don't have a dollar anymore, but Alto Enforcement Corp will fine Stargazer some money here and give me some money if he steals against me. So it alters the score here. And so we're no longer in a prisoner's dilemma. We don't have quite our dollar, but we don't have the 90 cents that we had before. So this is a net win. And we successfully broken the prisoner's dilemma. Okay. All right. So is this the end of the story? Okay. If Alto Enforcement were the only player in the market, this indeed would be the end of the story. Okay, but it's not. Since it's not the end of the story, there is another one there. Tenor is still in the marketplace here, and they still want our business. And they come up with a cunning plan. I get a brochure in the mail from Tenor Enforcement, which reads like the following. It says, Randy, just send us 70 cents. Then go cheat on your prisoner's dilemma with Stargazer. When Alto comes to enforce the contract, we'll prevent them from doing it. Okay? Now, could Alto do this? Well, let's think about this. Okay? Tenor Enforcement's revenue, if I give them 70 cents, their revenue is 70 and Alto's was 2 cents. This means that Tenor can field 35 times the number of soldiers that Alto can. All right? Now, um, in that case, according to my assumptions about this, Tenor can actually block the enforcement of the contract by Alto here. So this is a credible plan that Tenor's put together here. Okay, now here's the twist. Tenor makes the same offer to Stargazer, right? So I call up the salesman for Tenor Enforcement Company. I say, I got your brochure in the mail here, and it's not really obvious to me that this is a good deal for me. Why should I just send you 70 cents and break my contract with Alto here? And the salesman says, well, Mr. Helserman, we appreciate that question. Here's the reason why we uh, think that you would enjoy being our customer and why we desire your business. Um, basically, here's the new payoff matrix, right? Suppose I reject Tenor's plan, okay? And Stargazer also rejects Tenor's plan. Well, we're in the same position as we were before. We both keep our 98 cents. That seems like the ideal thing. Why wouldn't we do that? Well, here's why we wouldn't do that, right? Um, let me see what I should do. What should I do? Well, if Stargazer rejects Tenor's plan, I can either accept Tenor's plan or reject Tenor's plan, right? If I reject it, I get 98 cents. If I accept it, I get $1.26 because I get the payoff from cheating on the previous prisoner's dilemma, and it's minus 70 cents that I gave to Tenor, so it's still better. So if Stargazer rejects the plan, it's in my best interest to accept the plan. I make quite a bit of money, right? What if Stargazer accepts Tenor's plan, though? Well, in that case, if I reject it, I get $0. If I accept it, I come back with 18 cents. Okay, this is the result of me paying a bus ticket to go over to his house and steal the remaining money that he has after he buys off Tenor Enforcement Company. All right. Um, so that's how the math works out here. So in either case, so the salesman's like holding out a pen to me here and says, no pressure here. You can either sign this contract or you can reject this contract. It's your choice. If you think it's not in your best interest to sign this contract, reject this contract, that's fine. I'm a low pressure salesman, but I think Stargazer would be very interested to find out that you rejected it, because in that case he can accept it and make 126 pennies here, right? But you don't have to reject it. You can sign it too if you want. If you sign it, then give me my 70 cents, and you'll never see or hear from me again. No coercion, no stormtroopers. You'll never see anything. I'm just holding out a fountain pen to you here, and you can either sign this contract or not sign this contract. Your choice. Okay, so basically the bottom line is I'm right back in a prisoner's dilemma scenario once again. So it's not obvious to me, guys, that market anarchy would be able to break this this thing. Because once again, if you want to convince me, okay, what you've got to show is you've got to show that there is a strong tendency not to have these prisoner's dilemma scenarios. All right, thanks a lot.